Hey everybody, welcome into Peanut Butter and Triggered. I am Scott, joined by...
Hey, I'm Jace with What's Up. Hi, I'm Ben, I'm a bitch.
Nailed it.
Hello, this is Ben.
Damn, dude, I feel like I'm listening to myself talk. It's wild.
Just kidding, that first one wasn't Ben.
Hey, welcome back everybody. 2 episodes without Ben, 2 weeks without Ben.
To be fair, 1 week you did 2 in one night, and I was busy trying to chase my dreams.
2
My bad,
weeks.
you guys.
How'd your dreams go?
Yeah.
He's been doing open mics without us.
Meh. I like that my dreams are a mockery to you two.
No, I'm just letting you know what laughter
And you guys
sounds
let me
like.
know last minute. Scott texted me 2 hours before you guys were going to record. Are you going to show up tonight? We're doing that? Oh.
Every single one we've done has been like that.
No, we don't always. Well, we sometimes alternate because you have a child.
You're right, I admit.
You
Hey,
were.
by the way,
I'm
sorry it's
leaving.
super echoey in here. I've just moved and I haven't put any of my... Well, I've put up almost none of my soundproofing.
Well, it's going to be super dope in here when he finally does get all moved in. I think it's pretty much as cool as you
yeah,
can
real
get.
dope.
Yeah, except for this place is a shithole.
Yeah, sorry guys, I had to downgrade.
It's not a shithole though. I would move in here.
You should.
Hey, Ben said this after I generously gave him my BurgerKing cup for him to
Drink his
consume
boxed
alcohol.
wine from...
I was going to drink it out of the bag like
Maybe
in
we
high
should
school.
post this on Facebook. Him drinking a boxed wine out of a old Burger King cup. He's ascended.
That's about as low as you can get.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
I did that for you.
Well, you gave me the option and the tool, and I took the tool. After you, I poured it. What do you call a box of wine when it releases from the valve?
I valved it.
No, I think it's
I
still
drafted
poor.
it.
I think it's still poor.
I squirted it.
Probably.
Squirt.
I squirt that.
But anyway, we're going to talk
Diss rap.
about video games today. We're going to talk about the new games coming out the next couple weeks, and if we're excited or not. Did we talk about Sekiro last time?
What?
Didn't they release a new boss battle?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Sekiro. Shut it,
Well, they released a new boss battle, didn't they? Since we've been...
Oh, they did. They did.
So we'll talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about my my Spider-Man review. And the other thing we're going to talk about is video game news. News. Is there any Britney Spears stuff?
No, just more of the same old shit.
The other thing we were going to talk about is we do want to update like our... we're going to have drops where it's like Britney Spears, it's Britney, bitch.
We're gonna have segmented drops, yeah.
Exactly. So that's the first segment we've always had, but a new segment that I've been talking a lot about is Chaz Pepperoni. No, what are you watching / doing? Shows, movies, TV shows.
That's going on right now?
That's what a new segment we're going to
Ben,
do.
put that thing away. He's not talking about now.
Ben, what are you watching, playing, or watching or playing lately?
TV?
Yeah, TV or movies, or what game you're playing. Anything. What are you doing?
I got nothing on the gaming front. I just wrapped up American Horror Story Cult.
Do you like those ones?
Cult was... American Horror Story is so hit or miss. And Cult... I like the idea of it because it shows you it kind of like went off the enthusiasm. Not the enthusiasm, wrong word. Like what happened when Donald Trump got elected, the emotion the country went through. And they take that to this other guy who uses that same kind of like this wave of like shock and awe to form a cult because people are in such a weird mindset and they were just like their whole world was shattered when that happened.
We were talking about this today. It is super fucking weird that if right wingers, if it would have been anybody else, if Hillary Clinton would have came out and said, I'm just in love with Kim Jong-un, and if it was
He
anybody
legitimately
else,
said we fell in love.
yeah, we
did.
fell in love.
Yeah.
If it was anybody else in the world, they'd be like, oh, of course, fucking Democrats.
Yeah, I'll do it real quick. I'll do it. We were both really hard on each other. I was hard on him. He was hard on me. But then we wrote letters and we fell in love.
Literally. And Republicans are like, yeah, thanks, Donald Trump.
And on top of the whole wettest storm, this hurricane was probably the wettest we've ever had. It was the wettest in the history of wet. And he said something else today. What did he say today?
What a fucking idiot. I don't know.
We're gonna
There was something
disgruntle
he
our
said today.
listeners.
I'll be the first to tell you that I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I think they're both hilarious.
He said that he's I've never drunk beer. If I did, I'd be the worst drunk because I'm tremendous, and that would transfer to my drunkenness. I'm crazy. That was
Jesus.
his quote.
We live in a fucking... I don't even know what.
But that's you
Twilight
guys
Zone.
should check out. So Cult was really good in the
Okay,
beginning.
yeah.
The middle it was pretty good. The end got kind of like whoa, what the fuck is happening? We're getting real off the rails here. I thought it was filmed smart. Have you guys ever watched American Horror Story?
My wife and I tried to watch it. We started on the clown one.
That
was your first mistake.
No,
well,
I
not
love
clown
that
ones,
one.
but circus.
That's widely opinion. The wide opinion is that
It's
that's
like
the worst
bipartisan,
one.
right? Or no, it gets mostly negative
If you
reviews.
if you go look at rankings, that's always last.
Oh,
And,
I thought Coven was terrible.
Coven was number one.
What's Coven?
On most lists. Coven was my favorite.
Which one's that one?
It's the witch one.
Coven, I think, was the best one so far.
I liked Asylum and I liked the Haunted House.
Asylum, in my opinion, had too much going on. It was just so many different plots in one season. Murder House was good because it was the introduction, so you didn't have much to base other opinions on.
I don't really like Hotel that much either.
It was art over product. I think it was visually appealing, but I think it's new to Netflix. It just came out, so if you want to check out Cult, I put my stamp of approval right there on it.
I can understand that. Mr. J, have you watched any movies or TV shows you'd like to divulge to these people?
Yeah, tons. The one that I'm watching right now, I'm in the middle of season 2 of Ozark.
Oh yeah, you've been hard on that.
Yeah, I have a hard on for that. That show has been a breath of fresh air. At first, I was kind of like, I'm probably not gonna watch it because I can't really see Jason Bateman as anything besides Michael Bluth from Arrested
I can't
Development.
take him serious in anything he does.
But see, that's the hugest mistake that I made. I wish I would have seen it like earlier because it's that good. So yes, it's as if Michael Bluth was plucked out of Arrested Development and put into Breaking Bad.
Oh my lord!
Oh god!
The sound.
Our little sound dampener fell off.
I'm allergic to it.
Ben has an aversion to foam.
No cotton foam, anything.
We'll have to take a picture of the ghetto rig that we have here. I mean, it's a really good for Jay doing it at 1 a.m. last night. It's really good. But
Well, and then like finishing touches here, like in
Yeah.
2 or 3 minutes.
we'll have to do a before and after because I think it's going to be really dope when you do finish it.
Nice.
What's that square up there for?
I don't know.
It's a hidden
But
passage.
anyway, Jay, Ozark, anything else?
Yeah. So Ozark's really good. I've still been watching Misfits. It's a
Yeah,
BBC
the English one?
Yeah, it's basically these kids come across like secret powers that come from this like lightning storm, and they work in a community center and just get into hijinks.
It's got Ramsey Bolton in it. He's one of the main kids. You know Ramsey?
Of course.
Who's Ramsey Bolton?
He was like #1 dickhead in Game of Thrones. Like
Oh, the invisible guy.
maybe. I
In
don't know.
Misfits,
I don't
he's
know
the
the
invisible guy.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
very
maybe.
visible in Game of Thrones.
I was going to be like, I don't remember that part of Game of Thrones.
Yeah. No, he's actually not likable in that.
In Misfits,
Yeah.
he's really not likable in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, apparently he's like the best bad guy ever.
Well, it's interesting because after you watch the first part of Game of Thrones and you have Joffrey and everybody hates Joffrey, you're like, this is the worst villain ever. And then here comes Ramsay Bolton.
And at first you're like, they're pretty equal. And then towards the end you're like, he's the worst.
He's the worst.
But yeah. Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Scotty?
Games I'm playing. Well, movies or shows or games I'm playing right now.
I didn't know we were covering games.
Well, is there any games you're playing right now?
No.
Okay. Well, the big game I'm playing right now.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
It's a mobile game.
Okay.
Do you
Let's
want me,
hear it.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
Sorry.
This mobile game is actually a port from PC. It's called Escape the Cube Paradox.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like it's a virtual escape room. They kind of adopt a lot of tropes from like old Resident Evil games where you pick up keys and solve puzzles to get to other parts
It's a
of this
free
room.
game. I wonder
It's
if
free.
it's
There are
available.
2 chapters for
What's
free.
it called again? Sorry.
Escape the Cube Paradox.
Paradox. It's
Yeah.
It's well, paradoxes. I'm assuming they can never get out because the paradox is you never escape.
I won't ruin it because there's a twist ending, chapter 1.
That you can't escape,
No.
or that you can, and the paradox was that you could actually escape.
No. You'll see when you get there.
Oh, wait. I knew something I wanted to talk about because
there
this
it
is
is.
an entertainment podcast. Oh, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I saw, and I've already talked to these two about this, I went and saw The Predator. God damn it, what a pile of...
I'm pretty sure we talked about that. Did we talk?
No, I haven't recorded since I saw it, because I saw
you,
it like...
you haven't, but we talked about how you hated it.
Yeah, but
Please continue.
Ben,
Tell
Ben
us.
saw it?
No, Ben,
No,
you talk
sorry.
about it because
I
I've
was
not
trying
seen
to-
it because of what you said.
I was trying to turn my head and look at you, Ben, but when I turn my head, it looks at him because
Oh.
it's a kind of weird angle, and I don't want to echo it. But we talked about how Ben hated it, so please, Ben, update the listeners on your hatred.
Answer the question!
So, spoiler alert, I'm not going to spoil the ending. I'm probably going to spoil a little bit of the plot. Like, it was the dumbest fucking movie. They turned the A-Team and just put two predators in it. And it's like, look, a predator. Pop, pop, pop. It's so dumb. The plot is that predators realize that global warming is about to ruin the earth and kill off humanity. So they're trying to infuse our DNA with theirs before we become non-existent. And it's created a super predator. And the predator, you have the white guy predator who's like, he's okay at sports. And then you have Shaq come in who's like super predator. He's the cool black dude. Okay. And then, go ahead. You got something to say? You're really triggering me here.
Yeah, no, he just held his hand up like, hey, stop, slow down.
And then bit his lip as an anticipation to speak.
Oh, I was checking the audio. I decided to raise my hand because I didn't want to call too much attention. I guess that doesn't make sense.
The biting of the lip.
You guys ever one of those customers that goes and like calls you back?
Yeah, I pretend like I don't see them.
Yeah. I will not.
I will do the same thing.
But anyway, so the Predator, like, it was trash. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Alien and Predator universe. It's something I've loved since I was a kid. And Shane Black, the director, who was one of the only surviving people from the first one, shit the fucking bed. I mean, like, hardcore.
I called it.
Just diarrhea. And I hate that you were right. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I remember we were talking about this. You were making fun of even the jokes.
Well, I was making fun of the jokes. Well, because this is the whole...
He picked it apart, dude.
This is Predator Gate right here. I'm going to tell you this right now. What happened was Ben came in and was like, you see that trailer, bro? It was like so great and stuff, bro, and it looks so great. And I was like, that looked like garbage, dude. And you're like, no, it didn't. And then the second trailer came out, and you're like, dude, it even looks better now. You got to watch the second trailer. And I was like, dude, it is garbage.
It looked awesome.
You thought it looked better after the second trailer.
Oh, yeah, I did.
And the whole time I was like, dude, this whole thing looks like fucking
It was just
garbage.
so crazy how a Predator movie was not tense. Like, the movie was literally like a joke. It was just one corny one-liner after another. You never felt that people had fear, even though there were aliens chasing them who have, like, superhuman strength and all this alien technology. They're just like, yep, let's get out of here. We got to go get some barbecue. It's like, what is going on?
Like, honestly, not trying to toot my own horn, but that's how I felt when I watched the trailer. I was like, dude, it looks so corny and dumb. No, it did.
It sucks.
I'm just saying, like that.
But that's actually him. Isn't that funny? Like, he made fun of me because I think he basically said, Ben thinks everything sucks.
That was good.
But Scott's like that. Scott only likes chicken nuggets and video games.
It's so funny that you say that. My wife says the same thing.
You literally hate everything.
My wife's like, you hate like every movie we watch. I'm like, no, I'm just hard to impress. That's it. God, and it's the same thing with the rating thing, the rating system. I'm like, dude, I feel like you should have a broader...
No, you're weird, though. You have to give things numbers. I like to give things grades.
That's just part of it. I like this idea that you grade them, I number them.
That's confusing, because your rating system isn't on the grading scale.
No, this is my problem. I'll tell you, okay? Every single news outlet never uses the numbers like 6.5 through 1. When's the last time you went to IGN and they gave someone a 1?
That's why the rating system's stupid.
Why is every single rating system... Well... Okay, so yes, in most cases, yours is better. But what I'm trying to do is get to a more.
I gotta get that on.
Okay,
drop.
that's fine. I want to get to a more. I feel like 1 to 10 there's more things to rate things. So
I want to sing. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Hey, can we get Taco Bell after?
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Are you down?
I just want to go through the drive-thru though.
Yeah.
I don't have room in my car.
For 2 people?
I have a car seat.
Is it a full-on fucking couch?
Huh?
What?
I mean, we can all jump in.
You just said we couldn't.
Well, I'll just have to move some stuff. That's
Sorry,
it.
guys. We're going to talk about our after-dinner plan.
Anyway,
recording plans.
So,
Fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
That's my favorite drop. We've been saying that all week. Well, the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, okay. What am I playing? I was asked that about 2 years ago. I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's my thing right now. That's my grind.
I'm coming.
Yeah. It's pretty much everyone I talk to says that sounds dumb, which I understand.
You showed me, and I thought that it looked a little dumb. It looked...
Yeah. You just have to live your normal life. You have to sleep and, like...
It's like Second Life.
Kinda, I guess.
In like medieval times.
Punch dudes in the
medieval
face and roll
no.
upon you.
So I love
You have
games
to
where you can
eat?
be a skis.
And you have to take a dump?
No, you don't have to take a dump. You have to eat, though. You don't have to drink either.
What's your name in the game?
Henry.
Did you pick the hat?
No.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, out of all the cool medieval names, you picked Henry.
But
Balthazar.
your Henry and your family gets killed, and it's actually pretty ridiculous. I always try to be the biggest skis I can in any game, and so they took me in this castle, and I stole a bunch of shit from the armory. And I stole some books from this dude and tried to sell them to the trader right outside the place I stole them, and he wouldn't take them. And
That sounds super skeezy.
And then I escaped, and my whole village was murdered, right? So I went around looting every body. There's literally a pile of bodies, and I was just looting them. And then I went into this house, and it was this guy was swinging at a dog with a like a spade, like a shovel. And I insulted him for looting bodies. And then he took off because I strong-armed him, and then I looted the body and took off. So yeah, I like being skeezy. It's a fun game.
What a guy.
Yeah. That's what I'm currently playing, and then me and my wife are trying to get through Jack Ryan. She likes it, but I'm like, eh.
Oh, the TV show with
Jim
John
Halpert.
Krasinski.
Surprise, surprise. Scott doesn't like something.
I can't get into it. I'm not much for espionage shows, so.
What's your favorite thing? Like, what's your thing? What do you think Scott is
besides
about?
chicken nuggets.
World War II.
That's funny.
I'm not kidding. I'm a huge World War II buff. I listened to like a 12-hour book about World War II. I'm
Why
really,
World War II?
I just think that it's I think it's the biggest and greatest battle in history.
It's the last good war.
War in history. I think that
Jesus.
I think it's an interesting meeting up between technology where superpowers had the technology to cross the world and kill each other, but they didn't have the technology to do it without looking you in the face, basically.
Oh, I can't go to Taco Bell. I have plans with Katie.
Okay.
You still want to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking, you know what I haven't had in a minute? Carl's Jr. Is there Carl's Jr.
Why
around?
don't you guys
No,
get
we're
super
going to Taco
deluxe?
Bell. It's right there.
Ah, okay.
I want Taco Bell. I want a gordita.
Okay, anyway.
Gordita? Is that how you pronounce it in super? When Spanish people do that. I would like an enchilada.
Like Aaron Sanchez
Oh my
and
god.
We've been completely derailed. We've been completely derailed.
All right,
So
so
what?
that's what we're playing. That's what we're watching.
That's what we're playing. That's what we're watching, this segment. The least you could get derailed outside of the segment.
What?
This segment. You can get derailed outside of it.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. Let's talk a little bit about news. I have a whole bunch of news here.
All right, take it away, Scotty.
First and foremost, Gearbox CEO says his former assistant stole $3 million. She looks like she'd steal $3 million.
She also looks like she'd be triggered.
Yeah, she's one of those ladies that wakes up triggered.
Yeah.
Wake up. Why don't we have that?
Nah, should.
Wake up, triggered. Eat dinner, triggered.
So, many of you may know Gearbox. They're the people who created hits such as Borderlands.
Oh, yeah.
So, stole a bunch of money. Valve removes 179 Steam games, including Big Dick and MILF, the games.
Explain those.
I don't even know. This is the picture that came with it.
Jesus.
It's a picture of like a woman drinking. Well, it's not a picture, but it's like a paint drawing of a woman drinking milk, and it's like all over her. So that's kind of interesting. Steam has been notorious in past years for kind of being the wild, wild west and allowing anybody to put any game on there, regardless of if they're ripping off the customers or anything. But honestly, I'm all for that. Like, you need to be a smart consumer. But anyway.
I was giving you this, the same exact sort of argument for why Android rules.
No, and I can understand that, too.
And you didn't understand it.
No, this is what I said. I'll tell you exactly what I said.
What'd you say?
Listen.
Look,
I think.
Look. I think we had this conversation before, and I feel like what we're about to get is that something completely different. But I'll listen.
This is what I said about the Apple Store and the App Store. I said the apps in the App Store are really nice because they're clean and they are moderated. Not clean in that they're generally good apps. That's what I'm trying to say. Generally apps that are not like shitty and like Stickman 2 and all this.
I beg to differ, but go on.
Okay. All the horrible apps that are on Android. But I also think that, yes, you're a little bit right too, and that it's nice that there's tons of apps out there that anybody can publish any app on Android. That's kind of nice. But there's a lot of shitty apps on Android.
There's a lot of shitty games on Steam.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, so The reason why you praise Steam is exactly the reason why you hate Android, though.
I didn't say I hate Android. I said the nice thing about the Android market is there's tons of shit on there. There's like tons of anybody can publish anything. And I have both an Android and iPhone, so I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I can download anything on anything.
Right.
Which, by the way, that game was available on the Apple Store. Had 2,200 reviews and a 4.9 out of 5. So
What, Big
Milf?
Kitty Milfs?
no, your your Android game
Oh, yeah.
your mobile game.
Escape the Cube
Yeah,
Paradox.
so I just downloaded it. It's on my phone.
It's dope. You'll enjoy it. It's going to be tough. It took me a week to escape.
Speaking of kind of interesting video
Escape.
games, listen,
Look.
listen.
Oh.
Video game about dating Supreme Court justice. There's a video game about dating Supreme Court justices.
Uh-oh.
And look at it. It's like kind of anime.
Oh, and these triggered times.
Oh, they're not drinking beers. They're not raping people.
Justice Thomas and Justice Roberts. Talk about just. I guess we don't need to really get into politics, but what a fuck
Fuck that
Yeah,
guy.
we're
Fuck
gonna-
that guy.
I agree.
I worked my butt off.
He's a piece of shit.
This
dude.
lady's ruined my life.
Dude, did you see Matt Damon do it on SNL?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
Dude, a
I
bravo.
need to watch it.
Matt
I haven't
Damon.
been able to watch it yet.
Yeah, you ought to. You ought to watch that because he does a spot on impersonation of the dude. It's a caricature, obviously, but like it's like pretty
Okay,
good.
I'll have to watch
And
it.
then Lindsey Graham being, this is hell. This is hell. I'm from South Carolina. I know hell, and this is hell.
Lindsey Graham is a fucking piece of shit too.
He really is.
So same with Joel McHale or whatever that guy's name is.
From E! News
No, not Joel McHale.
The Soup?
Well, he's annoying, but
and Community.
what's the name of that dude from Austin, Texas, who's like Joel?
Joel Osteen.
Yeah, he's a
from
fucking piece of
Houston.
shit too.
You gotta plant a seed. You plant a seed, and your prayers will come true. Your seed needs to be at least $1,000 check. I know you got to pay your bills.
I was talking-
Oh yeah, and he's like, even if you're in debt, it'll come right back to you.
He legit said, "Science will come to you with proof that these things are false, but you must rely on faith to say facts do not mean nothing to my God."
I was
that sucks.
kind of speaking a little bit about religion. We've talked about this again, but I was playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, and there's this one part where the kid's like, or the lady's like, yeah, my husband was imprisoned for 7 years, but thankfully Jesus Christ, thank Jesus Christ, he was released. And I thought, well, it'd be cool if Jesus Christ would have like not allowed him to get captured in the first place, but
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of cool after 7 years that he let him go.
I love it, dude.
Because that was the devil that did it in the first place.
I
Yeah.
love that justification after Katrina like wiped out fucking New Orleans. We need
But
prayers.
that was the devil.
We need prayers. No, God allowed
No,
it.
anything bad happens, and then like, this guy was in prison for 25 years, but thank God they finally got him out of there. And you're like,
Well, you know why? You guys know why? Why God would allow it? Because dude's butt
worked-
fuck.
yeah.
Liberal.
All right.
Literally, that's the answer. Dudes are
We
butt
will
fucking.
go down this again.
Oh yeah, we got in trouble last time.
Well, I mean, either way, it's just, I think we all agree on it.
Yeah, we hate to offend anybody, but you know, things.
The name Triggered's in the title. I think it's okay to offend.
It's okay to trigger people, and I think that, I think we all kind of stand in the same place with that. But anyway, video game news.
No.
The PlayStation 4 Pro is getting a price cut in Japan, which usually means it's coming in United States.
How much is it?
About $50.
No.
It's about a game.
44,980 yen, which is like $50 about. It's like 47.
You can buy a PlayStation for $50?
No, it's
No.
a $50 price
Price
cut.
cut.
Oh, Lord, y'all had me excited.
Yeah. So,
Ben has a boner.
and then also the Glacier. You have the Glacier White PlayStation, don't you? But not the Pro. You have the regular one.
I have the regular Destiny one.
Well, the Glacier White PlayStation Pro is becoming available as the standard color now. So, in North America, so the PlayStation Pro is white.
That's going to be controversial.
Yeah.
You will not replace us.
All right. What else is in the news, Scott?
Telltale Games, creators of such popular games as Game of Thrones. Basically they do interactive games,
Yeah.
if you will, interactive shows, interactive stories. That's
Yeah.
interactive stories, like The Walking Dead. Which The Walking Dead season 1 was my game of the year when it came out. It was that good. It is really good.
That good?
Yeah. There's actually this one part where you sit down with this family, and I mean they're super nice. You walk up, it's like picturesque. You sit down with this family and you're eating dinner. What's so funny? What did I say?
You smacked right before you made your point.
It's my game of the year.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Okay.
But anyway, you sit down with this family, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Stop laughing.
I'm not laughing.
And you find out that you're like, I'm going to go to the restroom. They're like, whatever you do, don't go down the edge of the hall. And it turns out they're feeding you human meat, but the interesting thing is the dude's still awake upstairs, and they've cut off his leg, and they're like keeping him alive, and they're like, we need to keep the meat delicious and fresh.
Bruh.
Yeah, so
That happened in the show too, didn't it? Yeah, they ate that one black dude.
Yeah.
probably.
Because that one, it was the...
that was in the Walking Dead game that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They went to Terminus, wasn't it called
Terminus?
Terminus?
Yeah, they ate Bob's leg.
Was
but
it
he was
Bob?
already
Oh,
tainted.
yeah, yeah.
He's like, I'm tainted meat.
Yeah, and they were like,
And they're like, oh,
man.
well, SpaghettiOs.
No, they were angry about it, actually.
So anyway, Telltale
upset.
Games randomly closed and
Yeah, they were upset.
laid off a whole bunch of people. So
Did we get the Riot? Was it the Riot gaming guy that had the flack in the Hard Times article this week? Where it was like,
that was funny.
these accusations are stupid and gay.
So, if people don't know, too, Riot Games has been, which are the creator of League of Legends, which is one of the biggest games in the world. Riot Games has been under a lot of flack for misogynistic workplace, and it's basically a boys' club, is what it is.
Triggered.
Yeah, and so saying things like when women would come in, they'd speak differently when women were out compared to when women were in, and Riot's under flack for that. And there was a Hard Times article that said Riot's founder says that what they say claim that these claims were
Like unfounded.
unfounded and gay. Was the right? I definitely recommend if you're a nerd like we are, you go follow Hard Times. It's actually really funny.
Well,
It's based here in Portland too.
Well, he's moving to LA, the guy who does. So they're based out of the Bay Area. They're just like the Onion. So I grew up in the hardcore and punk rock scene, and that's where they started. But they also are video game nerds. So they do a lot of gaming satire too, and a lot of it's really, really good.
It is really good.
So definitely check out the Hard Times. Follow those guys and ladies. I'm sure they have lady contributors too. And yeah, dude, it's just solid satire. If you're a fan of the Onion, Scott and I both kind of agree. Like they're kind of putting out haters better than the Onion lately. So
I agree, especially when it comes to video game, because I follow a couple of different onion-based things like Clickhole and stuff, and they're definitely.
Clickhole's going downhill, man. It's not nearly as funny. But
They just keep sharing Onion articles. I'm like,
the Hard Times has like an actual gaming extension too. Like they have a gaming. Sometimes they'll post it when they post their gaming article to like follow this.
Yeah.
So follow it.
I'll have to follow that. But anyway, a little bit more. PlayStation 4 Pro bundle includes Red Dead. There's a PlayStation 4 that includes Red Dead Redemption. Pretty
Nice.
dope.
The new one or the old?
The new one.
Shit. The new one or the old?
The new one, which is cool, and we'll talk about Red Dead here in a second, but the last piece of news I have is, we were talking about this a little bit, that Fortnite's new breast physics were unintended, embarrassing, and careless. And we said, how do you fuck this up? How do you have breast physics accidentally put in breast physics? And as we know, people, of course, are triggered like, why do you gotta have the bouncing boobs? And they were really bouncy, for sure.
Like, how bouncy are we talking?
It's a game like Fortnite. Who fucking cares?
I know. Well, they do.
That's
Because
like if
they're
you play-
kids. All the kids are watching it.
They play like Dead or Alive, or you play like, dude, Mortal Kombat, the first next gen one. Do you remember how bouncy boobs were?
I do. I remember Jade used to, like, put the staff into the ground and dance on the pole like she was a stripper. That was really controversial.
I would literally have the female characters just jump up and down
Here it
and be
is.
like, oh, nice.
We're going to watch it right now. I highly recommend you go look up the Kotaku article about this.
Kotaku?
Jeez.
They're not even that bouncy compared to other games.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
You're right.
Trigger yourself, folks.
Yeah, you're right.
Tits bounce. That's the reality of
It
titties.
says, this is a Kotaku article. I love Kotaku, and this is kind of where I got this. But
You're
it says, Calamity Cowgirl Skin is one of two main female characters in the latest season. And it says that, let's see here. Her breasts bounce up and down.
Like boobs do.
Yeah.
What a
Fans notice
controversy.
it. Calamity's
That's
breasts
enough.
don't budge during the default boogie dance, but one of the emotes appears to be an outlier. Which I don't know why. I don't know why it is that this particular emote bounces the boobs and none of the other ones do, but apparently people are triggered.
Well, they fucking suck. Grow up.
That's the closing of my pop socket, which means the closing of news.
You said you had so much. That was 2 things.
What do you mean? That was a lot of news.
I feel like it was like 2 things.
I'll tell you. These are the things that I brought up.
Oh wait, PlayStation 4 Pro is going down in price. The Telltale is being sued.
Gearbox CEO seals $3 million. Valve 179 Steam games, including Big Dick and MILF. A video game about dating Supreme Court justices. The main PlayStation is now white.
Well, I think you're missing a big one. EA.
EA is being sued again, especially specifically in Europe.
By like countries.
Yeah, countries are suing EA. And speaking of Dead or Alive, the one and EA, the big thing EA is getting in trouble with, people are fucking hating on them for, is because of all their loot boxes and all their DLC and their stupid DLC. But Dead or Alive is in kind of the getting heat on them right now too, is because they have on-disc DLC, which is basically you buy the game and on the disc there's a part of the disc where you have to pay to get that content. It's not even.
Isn't that how it used to work?
No, it was always you bought the game and then the whole game was on there, and then you would buy the DLC and you download the DLC and play it.
What was the first game with the DLC?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, there was expansions. You could go back to like game expansions, like in EverQuest and stuff.
Or even like you remember Majora's Mask? You could buy the thing. So it was a 64, and it will be like a graphics enhancer.
Yeah, the RAM expansion. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, wasn't that like kind of didn't it expand the story too?
No.
Well,
the graphics and stuff, and supposedly ran it better, but it actually didn't really run it better. But yeah, I mean that was expansion piece. But if we're talking DLC, it's like expansion packs, like StarCraft had expansions, I guess.
did you guys talk about the new PlayStation that's going to be like PlayStation 1 that's coming out last week?
Did we talk about that?
No.
So that's video game news, guys.
Yeah, you're right.
And they might do a
Pretty
64 too, an N64.
Yeah. So
That'd be
PlayStation,
tight. I'd be more into that.
PlayStation is doing a PlayStation 1 Classic. It's
It's
going to
like
have
15 games, yeah?
20 games.
That's what I said.
They've announced 5 of them, I believe, which include Final Fantasy 7,
Cool Borders?
Tekken 3. I don't know if they have cool. They don't have Cool Borders. They haven't announced it. Cool Borders. You remember that intro?
I do like that.
I love Cool Borders. Lord. But anyway,
You throw him off, and he's done.
I'm not thrown off.
He's the
This whole thing's
Lord.
thrown off.
So, if there's potentially going to be a Nintendo 64, was it Classic or Mini or whatever it is, what games are you guys anticipating?
Sorry to before I forget this. This was another
okay.
Hard Times article.
Go on.
It says modders excited at the idea of the new PlayStation Mini because now they have a chance to brag about their Raspberry Pi or something like that. They can brag about their Raspberry Pi again because, like,
I've been doing that.
yeah, you brag. Well, you hate the Raspberry Pi. You talk about how you love your emulators.
Yeah. Yeah, I can literally just carry my tablet around with me or my phone with me and play like that.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry to interrupt you. But what
N64?
games do we want to see on PlayStation?
Banjo-Kazooie, for sure.
On
Conker's Bad
PlayStation?
Fur Day.
On PlayStation.
64.
That's a Nintendo.
Oh, sorry, Nintendo.
Jesus Christ. Hey, Hitler, calm your hands. Ben's
N64?
over here just pounding on his knee with emphasis whenever
Rogue
he's
Squadron.
talking.
Oh, yeah.
I want to have to unlock the Naboo Starfighter.
I'll do without. I'll take
At
that.
the top, okay. For memory's sake, I remember this is before we knew that the movie
Mario
was
Kart.
going to be horrible, and the Naboo Starfighter was like the shit.
Yeah.
But Mario Kart 64,
Mario Kart, Super Mario.
as long as I can be Wario,
Oh, I don't think that'll happen.
I think you can on Mario 64.
I don't remember.
No, you can't.
Banjo Kazooie, you said?
I said that. Body Harvest.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
I just said that.
Oh.
Yeah, I love that
for
the
two.
multiplayer game where you get to play as like on D-Day.
Yeah.
I like
And the Matrix?
I like Heist,
Which one was that one?
where you're the raccoons and you're beating the shit out of each other, and you're trying to
heard of that.
steal from. It basically capture the flag, but you're stealing money from them.
I don't remember that.
Conker's Bad Fur
Goldeneye, like a Goldeneye.
Oh, dude, you have to have GoldenEye. This is it. 64 for sure. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. Other super iconic. Was the original Turok? Was that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
64.
It was 64. Oh, Turok: Two Seeds of Evil, even better.
I can get along with that.
I guess there aren't that many. Well, I mean, I
I'm
guess
trying to
you
think
get,
iconic 64 games.
Hey, did you guys know that Rockstar was responsible for the N64 port of Resident Evil 2?
I didn't even know they had an N64 ported Resident Evil 2.
They did. I remember.
It was like
Mr.
lower graphics
Lonely
and everything.
Mr. Lonely had. No, that's my
You
friend.
always get that confused.
So Mr.
his
Lonely
cousin.
had a PlayStation version, and I had the Nintendo 64 version.
Was the Nintendo 64 version any good? I mean,
It's the same.
but the thing was, you could put in the second disc first and then play it backwards.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
couldn't do
so you
that on
couldn't
the
do that
64?
with the 64.
It was all on one cart?
Yes.
That's impressive.
Very.
I didn't think carts could hold that much.
The graphics weren't as good. They were like slightly downgraded.
Okay. Ben, stop ripping the mic.
Why are you giving us this face?
He just lied.
I admit it. I'm sorry.
No one likes
I never-
liars.
I never burped
So
in the
just
mic,
just
but
a
I do
heads up,
apologize.
Jose's new place is like 1 block away from mine, so I can have a little more fun. So if I do silly things, it's because I'm having a little more fun.
So, yeah. Sorry about the podcast is going downhill.
That's rude.
But anyway.
Yeah, Ben's gonna be barfing and sneezing and
was gonna be like my customer
coughing
earlier.
into the mic all
Let
the
me
time.
tell you when I need enough fun.
Yeah.
The reason I bring up the Rockstar thing is because have you guys watched the new Rockstar trailer, the new Red Dead trailer,
Yeah,
You
a
did-
little bit of it.
the new one? Yeah, it
I
looks
did not.
super cool. It looks super impressive.
I'm still not sold on it. Like I want to like it a lot, but I'm still not sold.
What's your reservation?
I just feel like it's not gonna hold my attention. It's
So
gonna
do
be
you
a
think
lot
we
of
should
like.
watch it? You don't have it, but it's 4 minutes long, and it is good for a podcast. You think we should watch it?
No.
Okay.
The folks can't see it.
Yeah.
He's down.
Here's what
jaded
I'm
on
thinking
how-
about it though. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of the same stuff. It's gonna be super repetitive, and it's gonna be a lot of like Dead Space
Found
essentially.
Red Dead to be Red Dead.
This is gonna be my first Red Dead game that I'll play.
How are you going to say it's repetitive when you never even played the first one?
There's
I'm
animals
saying
in
it
it.
looks like it's going to be.
There's bears and foxes and wolves and whoa.
Yeah, but how many times can you go hunting and still find it
Let me
entertaining?
be further first to tell you that you're wrong about this.
Okay.
I'm gonna agree.
Okay.
I'm really good at judging games, and you're wrong.
Okay.
I'm not gonna agree with that.
What game was I not? What game was I excited for that wasn't good?
The Kingdom Come Delivery.
Yeah.
I wasn't super excited for
Yes,
that
you
game.
were.
Yeah, you were. You showed
You're
us
like,
before
look,
you even bought
guys,
it.
you can punch each other.
But I didn't say it was going to be a great game for everybody. This game, I'm telling you, is going to be good
You said it was going to be dope.
and dope. Okay, same thing.
Yeah.
You said the Predator
Dope
was
is
gonna
good.
be good. Look
Yeah,
what
you
happened.
remember that?
God.
The
Well,
Predator
you were
is gonna be
so
good.
wrong.
That was bad.
Wow.
Other games that are coming out.
Pick, it sucks.
One game that has that I haven't given a shit about in a long time, but actually kind of looks cool, is the new Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I agree. You can fight Medusa. That seems
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I don't like any of the Assassin's Creed games.
Me neither. But
Yeah.
with this one, like, it seems
Yeah.
like it has. Are all Assassin's Creed games open world?
Yeah, kinda to a point.
This one you can go on like crazy side quests like Fallout and stuff. It seems pretty neat.
I haven't cared about Assassin's Creed since the one in the Revolution, which was 3, which was a long time ago. All the other ones look stupid, but this one looks cool. Like
Well, it's like it's Greek mythology.
ship
Like
combat. Yeah, Greek mythology. You're a Spartan. That's kind of cool.
you're number one. Your razzle dazzle's just begun. Anybody know where that's from?
So what other games
No.
are you interested in?
Fallout 76. The beta is coming out soon. So
When's the alpha drop?
The alpha probably already dropped like a year ago. My guess is.
They actually have an alpha.
Yeah.
Every game has an alpha and
Ben
a
said
beta
that
stage.
like he was,
I was
he
being
said that
witty.
like he was being funny and it was the best joke ever, and he made a face, and then Scott took it completely seriously. Yeah, it was probably months ago.
I didn't know they
Every
actually
game
had
has
an
an alpha and a beta.
I've only heard of beta. Sorry guys, I'm a failure.
So
That's cool.
to give everyone a heads up, what the difference between alpha and beta is
God, fuck.
gosh, whenever I start to monologue on anything, you guys just start
Well, the squares are
laughing
falling.
outside. Anyway, okay, Ben, I'm going to explain this to you in kindergarten language because you're half drunk.
How dare you?
Alpha is a not finished game that you can play that everything's not implemented. A beta is a basically finished game where there's just still bugs to be worked out generally.
Thank you for the knowledge. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Amazing grace.
Keep going.
Stop that play. I'm not half drunk. That's rude.
You're
But
fully.
anyway, so that's going to be
No,
cool.
I'm like 1/8.
That's going to be cool, and I think that's all the big games that are coming out. Is there any other ones that I don't remember. But Spider-Man update.
Oh, yeah, please give us a Spider-Man update.
So I got to play Spider-Man. I sat down for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours.
Wait, that was it?
I couldn't get into it. I told you. That's why I gave you
2
it back.
hours? That's not enough, dude.
So, I'm not huge into Spider-Man personally, so I'm not connected to the game. But based on the hype and the fact that Jay had played it, I borrowed it. And the one thing I do have to really, truly say is I feel like they did nail Spider-Man's movement. The movement's a lot of fun. It's fluid. And I think that you can get good at it. And it's not necessarily super easy, but it's fluid. That's really cool. The combat's pretty good, but overall it's just the same thing over and over again. Find the backpack. Find the signal booster. Stop the crime. Solve,
You only played 2 hours, though. There's a lot more to it than that.
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited for those parts where you play with people with no powers and have to sneak around.
Me too.
Okay. Well, that's actually kind of is what it is. But it's not that bad, though.
What else is there? Other than what I've named, what other things can you do?
More costumes. Did you get a chance to unlock any of the costumes?
You do the same things in different costumes.
Wait, did you unlock any of the costumes?
I unlocked the one. I have two.
One?
I have two costumes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What else? Okay, what do the costumes do other than chase cosmetics and do things like give you unlimited stamina?
That's basically it. And there's different like web gadgets too, so like you can set like trip mines and stuff that'll like pin your enemies to the like wall or something like that.
But at the end of the day, you're still just fighting the same.
No, I'm not arguing that. I'm just thinking that you hadn't even given it a chance either.
But what I'm asking, was there other things that I could do that I haven't done?
Yeah, I just named like 2. New costumes, new gadgets.
But that's not things to
new
do.
enemies.
It's just things that are part of the things you already do.
Okay.
What would you like to see? What new would keep you
I don't know if there's
the
anything.
game?
That's okay.
To be honest with you, I'm not big enough into Spider-Man. But I guess what new? I don't know what you could do is what I'm trying to say. I don't know what Spider-Man could have done to draw me in. So there's that, and that's my own problem. Sorry. My own problem, most likely.
What did you say?
My own problem, most likely.
Okay. Sorry, I had trouble comprehending that.
He was just like...
Yeah. So what would you grade it?
What did I say? A 7.
So it's a C?
7's pretty good. That's like a B minus.
It's a C, you
A
fool.
C in my rating's a 5.
Yeah, me too.
A D would be like a 3. An F would be a 1.
No, F would be 1. Okay, yeah.
Okay, an F minus would be a 1. An F would be
Well,
like
if you
a
think about it, so there's 5 letters, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm basing it off the grading scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
An
9,
F
10.
would be nothing redeeming. I don't want to play it ever.
It's got to go in increments of 2.
Yeah, so an F would be a 2.
2 times 5 is 10.
I'm thinking based off of percentages, though.
No, 2 times 5 is 10.
Based on percentages.
Yeah.
1, 2, F. 3,
Okay,
4,
fine.
D.
Okay, an F would be a 20%. Are you happy?
So it's a B minus, just like I said. Right?
So you're giving it a B minus?
I didn't give it a B minus. I give it a 5. That's a C.
You said you gave it a 7.
Oh, I gave it a 7. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
God.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
So
it.
we've
You're right. I'm sorry.
we've
I
each
read
given
that
it a B.
It's okay.
I would say that the hype is not real on it. I would say that go in expecting a good time, but don't expect it to be life changing, and don't expect it to be the game of the year.
And the reason I gave it a 7 is because I can respect the fluidity and the movement, and I can understand why someone would enjoy it. It's just not my cup of tea. I can understand if you're a fan of Spider-Man, that's probably exactly what you're wanting. Like, I get that, but I'm just not huge.
Yeah, I also feel like the enemies weren't that great either.
I can ruin a game, man.
Yeah.
The lack of, like, variation in an enemy when you're just fighting the same thing over and over.
Dude with shield, dude with shock baton, dude with gun.
But couldn't we say the same thing for Batman, Arkham Asylum, Arkham series?
It's very similar.
But those games were phenomenal.
I was going to say
Because I like Batman more.
Somebody put this more into perspective for me, though. There were way more gadgets in Batman. You had his Batmobile.
In certain games, not all of them.
Okay, well, the last one.
True.
And the story was way more compelling.
Well,
it was a
I
good
think
story.
that in general, Batman's story is more compelling.
And the side quests were cooler because you were a detective and you had to find this stuff.
Yeah.
And Arkham City was still fun because you could fly. Like I think the best Batman game was Arkham City for sure. I think Arkham Knight was okay. I didn't even play Origins, but with Arkham City, you could dive and then glide, and the traversing the city was still as quick as you would with Spider-Man. So I'm willing to say that Arkham City is what Spider-Man wished it could be.
Well, this is where I think this is where the what do you say, the metal hits the anvil, or I don't even know what to say. But this is where it matters, is that Batman is cooler story and has cooler bad guys and does cooler things than Spider-Man does.
Depending on who you ask.
Yeah, I think in general,
Yeah.
for me, that's the truth.
I think
'Cause
most people are going to say that too.
Joker is cooler than Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Two-Face is cooler than...
But that's the problem. I feel like they keep focusing on the absolute wrong Spider-Man villains. Because, like, everybody wants to see Venom, right?
Mhm.
When's the last time we've seen Venom in a game? Besides,
Yeah.
I think it was, like, Ultimate Spider-Man or something like that. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, actually, since we've even seen him in a proper movie, too. And we both know that we were expecting rated R. And I'm looking at Ben on this. We were expecting a rated R Venom film. We're not going to get that. We're
I
gonna get
agree. If you just
PG-13.
look at Venom, it should be a rated R movie.
Yeah.
Just look at him.
Do you think the movie looks corny from the trailer?
I don't think it looks corny, no.
I think it looks incredibly corny.
I think I'm going to give this one a C+.
Corny is not the word I would say. I don't think it necessarily looks great, but it doesn't look corny.
I think it. I honestly, I'm not expecting much.
Did you see the latest trailer with the combat scene?
Yeah.
I thought that was better, but like it was still like not what I was
I just
expecting.
like, dude, the whole scene where
If he just like started ripping people apart, then it would be like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. That's a little bit
the
better.
scene where it's like half Tom Hardy and half Venom, and he's like, "We are Venom."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh,
That's
that's
he does
cringy."
that. You know he does that, right?
I know. That's why I said it's cringy.
Why is it cringy?
I
No,
don't know,
Venom
it's-
literally does it.
Yeah, in like the comics and stuff.
I'm sorry.
Oh, all right. I just wanted
I
to make
didn't
sure.
know, and I just thought it didn't translate well in the movie. If that's the
Even
case,
in like the video games, like Marvel versus Capcom, that's like what he says. He says we are Venom.
but does it like half his face and half of
No,
Venom's face?
he'll usually like peel back the entire thing.
Didn't show a face.
Yeah, and show face.
What's Venom? What's the actual guy's name?
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock. That's right.
Similar to Eddie Bravo.
Yeah, right. Dead even. Dude, you are just one cool guy. You're getting calls
So
from
popular.
the goddamn world.
Oh, it's
The whole
all your new store friends. We
No,
have some news.
Hey guys, we're going.
I don't work with Ben and Scott anymore.
Yeah, he
I transferred.
he decided that he didn't like us
Yep.
at all anymore.
Decided
He transferred.
another podcast was cooler, and then Radford said you had to give up this one.
So
That's so funny. He does that to you. He's like,
I know we already teased at it, but it's official. I'm going to be co-host with Naylor and
Football
Radford
podcast.
on Triple Option Sports.
He's a huge football fan too.
No, I'm a very big basketball fan. So we cover sports.
He doesn't know what a triple option is.
We cover all sports. I don't. 'Cause
I don't even like football. I'm like, he got you.
I don't even know football, but I will be the host. One of the hosts on there.
Do you
I'm
think
excited.
you're gonna get a guest spot?
No, I don't think I can, and I don't want to play around with it.
Oh yeah.
Last
the
thing I
work
need to do is get
Well, you get to
transferred.
talk to Naylor.
Well, I can call him and talk to him and listen to him. It's not like
Can you just talk him and listen?
I'm just saying.
Sorry, I
I don't know.
thought
It's
it was funny.
goof with that, and they're like, "You need to transfer now." I'm like, "No, you're going to Gresham."
So I want to say that there's movies that are coming out that maybe.
Oh, I watched The Witch.
Oh, do tell.
Do you wish?
So, I mean, the shitty thing is, I knew this, and Ben tried to warn me on it, and I do admit that. The whole movie, I was waiting for the goat to talk. I'm like,
Yeah.
when's he gonna talk? Talk? What's his name?
Black Phillip.
Black Phillip. Talk, Black Phillip, you motherfucker.
That's how they talk to the movie too.
Yeah.
What's up, motherfucker? We in New England.
Shit, Black Phillip, you be all up in my grill, and I fucking finna drop you. We go hands, bruh.
He's still like the tiniest little gangster.
Cat Williams. Cat Williams.
He got
But
choked
anyway,
out by a seventh grader.
The Witch is it's very old timey, and you're right. The language was cool. It was so cool. I had to put on subtitles to understand what the fuck they were talking about.
What does thou wish?
Yeah, very old timey English. What was my big complaint?
You
I
had
spoiled
it
the ending
spoiled?
for you.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
there's,
you said
there's
you wanted
another thing where I was like, I felt like I wanted more questions answered. Like, was she a witch
think-
the whole time, or?
I think the mystery about it was the best part.
Well, you have to watch that movie accepting that you're going to be watching a lot of different tales patchworked into one.
But see, that's one thing that he was saying. He was saying that a lot of it's East Coast folklore, which I know no East Coast folklore, so I didn't even know
East
it's folklore.
Coast. It's New England folklore.
Okay,
can't say
Northeast
East
Coast.
Coast.
Northeast Coast.
It's
okay.
called New England. That's the thing. The witches and stuff. That's a big thing
Northeast
with like
Coast.
Massachusetts.
Which is
Say that again.
Massachusetts.
where's Massachusetts? On the East
Massive
Coast?
two shits.
You really don't know where Massachusetts is?
It's on the East Coast.
That's correct. Where
What I said?
He looks so angry.
East Coast folklore?
I've never seen your eyes get that wide.
That's the Asian in me.
No, you cannot tell you're
This
Asian.
is what
when
I'd
you
look
do
like
that.
if I wasn't Asian.
He looks like a regular white guy right now.
I look like a regular white guy. Not like an Asian.
I've never seen an Asian with a red beard. Look. Well, you
That's
have
so
now.
strange.
Well,
you have now, boys.
yeah, and I thought
You did
that.
a lot. Holy shit! I never noticed.
So I'd look like if I was white.
Okay, so what'd you grade it?
Probably all our sound happening stuff's falling up the wall. You know, I'd probably give it a C+.
What about you?
I gave it like a B minus.
I'm just kidding.
I
I'd
agree.
probably give it a 7.5.
I gave it a better rating once I had kind of researched the lore,
Same here.
and I thought it was cool how he really did that lore justice, and he researched the directors who I'm getting at.
I definitely did like that I didn't really know what was going on. Like, I was like, wait, is it the kids or is it her now? Because the kids kind of start going crazy and just die.
Well, the kids are talking to Black Phillip. The kids are literally speaking with the devil.
Yeah.
And they're...
Sorry,
but-
spoiler alert.
But you're sitting there and you're thinking, wait, are they actually... I was trying to put myself in that I didn't know the goat was the devil. I was trying to think of this. Because I knew the goat was the devil because you told me.
You told me to.
Which, I'm not blaming you. Jeez.
Just saying.
I'm just saying you had told
I'm
me.
just
I'm
saying.
not blaming you for it. But what happened is you're like, wait, are the kids just being assholes? The goat told us to be evil. And then the kid pukes up an apple. I was like, oh Lord, that cannot be healthy. Maybe that's the root of all the issues. He's not sick. He's not talking to the devil. He just swallowed an apple whole. Shit happens.
Dude, that whole scene was really
I feel like as the night's gone on, he's sounding more and more like Hershey Wood.
we're gonna go viral on this one. No, that
You have
whole
that
scene
drop?
where he's praying and it's
How do you not have that drop?
I don't know.
That's okay. I forgive you.
yeah.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
It's funny. The beginning of that almost sounds sexual. It's like, oh fuck, and then it's I can't believe you've done this.
Maybe. But yeah, the ending
enough.
was cool where everyone's dead, and I almost didn't blame her for joining this
Making
witch's
the deal.
coven. Like
Yeah.
if all my family was killed and murdered and everything was scary, and someone came and offered me a little bit of butter, I'd be like, okay, sure.
Butter.
That's literally what it says. Do you desire to taste butter? And she's like, well, yeah,
He says butter.
butter. Like, do you want to have the taste of butter again? And she's like, yeah.
I didn't have the
It's
subtitles on.
a metaphor.
There
It's
goes
a
another
metaphor
one.
for the the luxuries that only
That they had in England,
Yeah.
basically.
New
Well, in-
England.
No, I think England.
no
literally.
New England, but it's a metaphor for the luxuries that Lucifer can offer you.
Does he say New England? I think it said England because they came from England. I thought.
No, dude, it's New England.
Okay.
Triggered.
Where were they then? If they
New
weren't
England.
So
That was the settlement area, Scott.
New England's like a huge part. So where were they in the second half of the movie if they weren't in New England?
They were in New England.
They were just in a
They're just like
area.
so they
of
were in New England. She's saying, "I want to go back to New England."
She's saying she wants the splendors of being in a civilized area.
Okay.
She's in the middle of nowhere. They're not churning their own butter out there
You
with
think
Black
they would-
Phillip's
you think
milk.
that one thing they would do is churn their own butter. But anyway, she's like, he offers him butter, and then she's like, I wish we could. Did we see the book? I don't feel like we saw the book. 'Cause he's like, sign the book.
I think she signs it off camera,
She
lower.
does. But I'm saying I would like to see what the book was, right? What
And
is
then
the
she
book?
drops trowel and joins the witches.
This
Tell me
movie
what
was
the book
very
is.
much less is more.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm with you. But what was the book? Like, what's the story behind the book?
He's collecting her soul.
Is
it's
that-
a, it's
you
a
signed the
ledger
book?
for
You're
her
signing
soul.
a ledger?
Remember,
I'm asking
you
the
sold or signed your soul to the devil?
Oh, that makes sense.
So signing the book, she is a witch. Which I feel like being in hell as a witch wouldn't be that bad because that's pretty
Yeah, I
hell-like
mean, it looks like
activity.
pretty fun. There's dancing around.
I
and
feel like
stuff
they wouldn't
flying
be
around.
tortured and stuff. Like, oh, you're a witch?
They
My
would.
bad, dude. Come on in.
Could you imagine signing your soul in that ledger and seeing your friends next to it and I guess it all makes sense now.
There
Like
was-
if I signed my soul over to the devil and I saw yours or Ben's name in there, I'd be like, oh,
Like, get the fuck
why didn't
outta
they tell?
here.
Yeah, why didn't you tell me
Hey, I know
about
that
this?
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, is he over there flying
We
around?
were just talking about this at work. We were talking about Ben signed his soul off to the devil, and then he'd be flying around ass naked eating butter, like yeah,
In the parking lot of the Clackamas.
You would just eat straight up butter.
over
Probably.
Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, we were saying that I would just be floating over Hobby Lobby.
Naked.
And then I would fly over to Olive Garden and go in and eat lunch. Just me floating around.
Oh, I remember my one complaint was
What?
I wish that they wouldn't have showed what happened to the baby. Like, I wish it was a bigger mystery as to what happened to the baby. And
I think that was
learn later.
important. I think that was
later,
important, though.
That you know
that you knew that there was something nefarious.
Well, I like the idea that you think something's like nefarious.
Because then you wouldn't have gotten any answers then.
No, I want to hear it. I want to see that later in the movie.
Yeah.
I just, when it happened, I thought it would be really sketchy to be like, wow, that baby's just gone.
Yeah.
But anyway, pretty good movie. I thought it was decent.
You gave it a C+?
Yeah, like a 7.
Well, I gave it a B-.
Dang. Your neighbors are fucking loud.
Yeah, I just found that out with you.
That's okay.
Sleep tight, bubs.
Yep. All right. So, what closing thoughts do we have?
I want to shout out Zach. Zach's been listening to a lot of podcasts. Yeah. Shout out Zach.
Cody was listening today too.
Yeah, shout out to Cody too.
Hey, we're finally winning over our coworkers.
Yeah, they're actually listening. I appreciate that.
I feel like Cody.
It only took 22 episodes.
No,
that
sometimes
many now?
they'll walk up, like, Kooky Lukey will walk up to me and say something, and I'm like, what? And he's like, episode 14, remember? And I'm like, oh, yeah. You got to realize, well, we've been doing this for, like, this is going to be about 22 hours worth of content. And sometimes I forget that we even talked about things. And they'll say, well, remember when you're talking about this? I'll be like, oh, yeah.
You know who still doesn't listen? That pretends that he listens and thinks he knows what's going on?
Radford.
Yes.
Does he think he knows what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, he totally does. Dude, he's such a manipulator. Why are you surprised?
One thing Radford does is he'll be like, hey, man, you hungry? You want McDonald's? And you'll be like, oh, yeah, totally. And you'll be like, all right, man, get me a Big Mac while you're there.
Yeah.
He does that. He sells you on the fact that you want to go eat so that you'll pick him up something.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Thodes. That guy's been listening like every single episode.
Huge shout out to those guys. Yeah. We've been super lame on the shout out. So shout out to all those listeners.
Robbie just
downloaded and is now reading Magic 2.0, that book I told you about. And the cool thing, he's been sending me screenshots from the Kindle version. Yeah. And the Kindle version's animated. That's so dope. Like there's the part where remember I told you that he gets the money, and he said that the apartment shows up and has like nothing but shitty stuff in it, and then starts showing all the cool stuff he's getting, and it's as part of the book, which is or the part of the text.
Kooky Lukey has officially started to download a bunch of Edgar Carrot on Audible.
He said that you like reading, don't you?
No.
See, I told you Ben wouldn't like reading. You're like, no, Ben reads all the time.
No, I said he might be somebody that reads all the time. I don't know. Did I say he reads all the time?
Well, you made an inference like we were leaving him out of something really important by not talking about books.
I don't know. Maybe I got this impression that you read. Maybe no.
Okay. I haven't read a book in like.
He reads the back of alcohol bottles.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Hey, just shout out the whole Clackamas team. Like R.I.P. Like it
blew up.
now.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that here.
Well, no. You shouted out all the people who are listening. Like
we don't need to talk about it blowing up.
It blew up. What's so bad about that? It blew up.
We still need to talk about it on air.
All right.
Fine. You can edit this part out.
Yeah.
I'm triggered.
I will.
Triggered.
Sorry, love.
Shout out to who's your shout out, Ben?
The old Predator, because the new one sucks.
Okay. Anybody else?
Can I shout out my mom before you do?
No, shout out Ben's mom.
But really, it is cool to hear, like, I will say this, it's cool that when listeners come up to us and, like I was saying, like, say, hey, I downloaded that book, or, hey, I'm watching that movie now. It is cool that people are taking us and actually listening to our suggestions and doing things that we're talking about. That's all.
Hey, Brandon Koch, too.
Yeah, shout out Brandon Koch.
Who's that?
You fucking weirdo. No, I'm kidding. I like Brandon. He's okay sometimes. No, I'm just kidding again. He's a great guy. So he's the guy I used to work with at another store. And he's a young kid. He's got a lot of great ideas. I know you're going to be successful, Bubs. And he always listens to us and he tells everybody. I had a customer come in. They're like, there was this guy over there on the other side of town, and he kept telling me how you were in a podcast.
Did he really?
I needed to listen up.
Wow.
And I was like, dang, for real?
He's starting his own, apparently.
Well, good for him. He should.
It's me. I feel like kind of like a celebrity. Like if I go to their stuff, they'll be like, hey, you're part of PeanutButter&Triggered.
He legitimately was like, the customer was like, he would not shut up about it. So thanks, Brandon. You're a good kid. Mike Shinoda, you get one more week.
Yeah, why not?
Hey,
No, you'll get one next week too. You big silly.
If you come into my store, I'll feel free to autograph your chest. No problem.
Damn.
Scott, PBT.
In this day and age, in the Me Too era, you just crossed some lines. Why the chest?
Triggered.
I'm triggered. Hey, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Next week, we're going to do a doubleheader because I'll be in Hawaii.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the
What?
fuck?
You didn't tell me about that.
Hey, I'll be in Hawaii.
Is your baby going?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's actually gonna be
sucks.
super
Never
dope.
mind. No, it's gonna be
What's
shitty.
he gonna do?
Yeah. What
It's like a perfect place. The beach.
He's not gonna
baby-
even remember it. Why would you waste money on bringing him to Hawaii? He's just gonna sit there and shit his pants.
Yeah.
It's like... It's because it's a cool experience. He's a baby, and it's cool that
He will not
actually-
remember.
I'm not saying he'll remember, but he'll enjoy the experience while it's happening. He
How
won't
do you
remember
know?
the stupid toys I give him either, but he loves them while he has
Don't
them.
assume his experience. He might hate Hawaii.
Hey, why are you assuming his gender?
Oh, Lord.
Hey, thanks.
But anyway, so next week, maybe next Monday, we'll do a doubleheader, so it'll be kind of 2 in 1. But thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you. Episode 22 is in the books. Bye, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, seriously, Hawaii? This is the first time you tell me?
Hawaii on the 17th. That's where I'm going.
Alright.
Can I come?
Yeah, let me go.
I'll pack you up in my